All right, great. We're going to just get right to your little preview of the STAR testimonies for tonight. We're going to begin with Kathy McCormick, who works with the Rhode Island Coalition Against Domestic Violence and is a member of SOAR, Sisters Overcoming Abusive Relationships, and she is one of my favorite advocates, and that is saying something because I know a lot of folks. She's incredibly brave and has done a wonderful job advocating for working women and for survivors. So come on up, Kathy. Hi, thank you. Speak close to the mic. Sure. Hi. As Georgia told you, my name is Kathy McCormick. Today, I stand before you. I can say I'm happily married and have 3 boys and a grandson. I am an AVP in accounting for a large public agency, a survivor of domestic violence, and I'm also a member of the task force of Sisters Overcoming Abusive Relationships. I am here today joining the fight for 15, and I am urging you to support it too. I am here today urging your support because I remember a less fortunate time. My story is a familiar one for many single parents who have escaped a violent relationship. The relationship that seemed good in the beginning spiraled out of control fast, and I found myself pregnant and scared. Getting out of this relationship was extremely dangerous, and it took over 4 years before I was out and feeling relatively safe. To escape, I moved to a new apartment, I got a new job, and I left no forwarding address. It was my intention to work hard and provide for my son. I was determined to be independent and self-sufficient. After surviving beatings, threats, stalking, and intimidation, I knew I needed to do whatever I could to keep us safe. And I found out firsthand how difficult that would be. I was able to get a job doing bookkeeping that paid minimum wage. I made every effort to make ends meet, but keeping my head above water was impossible. And many times I had to decide if I would pay the rent or the daycare, buy milk for my son, or put gas in my car. Though I lived in a decent apartment, I was in a very high crime area, and because I was making minimum wage, I couldn't afford anything else. My story is more common than you know. I struggled every day and never gave up. But my son often went to school hungry, had sneakers that didn't fit him, was unable to attend events and birthday parties with his friends because I just could not afford anything extra. I went to work in hand-me-downs and tried to look as professional as possible. The minimum wage we have now is not a livable wage. Raising it to $15 will make a difference for many people. I know that because it was not until I was eventually able to find a job that paid me a decent wage, a living wage. That's when the real change in my life started. Slowly but surely, I began to rebuild my life. I was able to move to a safer neighborhood, and when my son was 8, I bought my first home and moved to a safer neighborhood with great schools. My son and I had clothes that fit, and he never went to school hungry again. I would never have been able to get out of that 3rd floor apartment and move into my own home if I had not been able to get a job that paid me a decent wage. That job was enough to build my credit and allow me the opportunity to get a mortgage and move to a safer neighborhood. It was life-saving, and I was able to provide a safe and healthy environment for my son. This is all I ever wanted, a chance to make it on my own and live my life. A minimum wage job would have never allowed me that opportunity. It is necessary to build up families and give them fair and just wage. When our families can support themselves, the whole community is richer for it.